Now, after we saw insurance registration coming from some of our favorite EV stocks like Nio, some of the new investors are really worried about this company, which, of course, because of the low weekly insurance registrations we saw, it will bring a little bit of worry. But me, of course, I was in the same boat, but I think now I'm fine, right? I was expecting more, obviously, for last week, but we did not get that. But I want to show you something that the CEO just said today, which this makes me to be positive for the rest of the year. I mean, you will know, or you'll remember that last year the Nio CEO came and said that they are planning full year profitability in 2026, right? To come in 2026. And I've been saying together with some of the retail investors to say that I believe that profitability will start this year in Q4, which, guess what? This is what exactly the Nio CEO is saying, to say that they are targeting profitability by Q4 of 2025, which this will be great. In fact, there was a meeting, or an internal meeting of top executive of Nio, where the Nio CEO was discussing some of the things that must change, some of the things that they want to see this year. I mean, he said if Nio does not get to profitability by Q4 of this year, then there must be something that needs to be done seriously. And because to him, doubling sales or selling over 440,000 this year should easily take us to profitability, right? Which is something that is very, very important. Now, he spoke of profitability, sales volume, and reduction of operation cost, which he also spoke about different departments to say that they must not only just start or go into various projects, but they must show him or be able to prove to him that about the margins that they can get from those projects they are working on, how this will boost Nio's financial, or Nio's going to profitability. I mean, he also talks about the fact that there are new models that are coming in and what Nio should strive for. They must not take longer to start with the deliveries of the models that they are going to launch or that they are going to release, because I think he realizes the effect or the bad effect that this has. I mean, ET7, if you've been with Nio for quite some time, you'll know that ET7 was launched and it took Nio over 12 months until they start with the deliveries of the ET7, and that had a serious impact into the kind of orders, into the kind of sales that the ET7 generated. That was back in 2021. So this is something that Nio has learned, which is why you will notice that obviously in most of their models, most of their cars, when they introduce new models, they try to deliver those models as early as possible, which is something that is great, something that of course makes them to get as many orders as possible. We saw this when Nio launched their ES6 or their 2023 ES6 NT 2.0, which after the launch of that car, what we saw is that it managed to sell to over 20,000 in 1 month. Nio's total deliveries went to over 20,000, which showed how important it is, or how the fact that Nio did not take that much of a time. I think they launched it around June and start sales in July. And because of that, Nio managed to scope over 20,000 deliveries in July. No, the delivery starts around end of June. They launched it in June, delivery started end of June, which this already Nio now knows that it works, which is why the Nio CEO is saying that they must make sure that they don't take that long to release or to start with the deliveries of their cars once they have launched, or once they of course unveil the models. Now, he also in this meeting he also highlight some of the very good things, or pretty good things, that Nio models will be coming with this year. He spoke about the autonomous driving chip, but most importantly he confirms that obviously they are going to come with the Nio's new operating system, SkyOS, which both just these two products, I believe that they are going to enhance and grow the gross margins of Nio, which is very, very important, as this shows the progress that Nio is making, the progress that Nio will be making when they start delivering those cars, because you will know that over and above that, Nio, as of March of this year going forward, they will be producing their car alone, because I think the F2 factory between their contract and Jack is supposed to end or expire right now in March or the next month, which is something that is very good, as this also will boost their margins. This will boost their profitability, because per car, based off what we read, is that Nio pays Jack around $1,200 for every car they produce, which knowing that Nio will be producing their cars themselves even on the F2 factory, this should make their financial positions to improve, which is something that is great, something that of course it makes me want to remain long and strong onto Nio. So like I said, each and every department needs to draft as to what they are going to spend on the project and the return on investment, which this is the strategy that Nio has been trying to do since last year. Last year, if you remember very well, the Nio CEO came sometime during the year and said that they are going to hold on some of the projects that don't make financial sense in the short term, right? And focus on those that will bring good financial improvement onto Nio. And this Nio CEO saying this again is just an emphasis on what he has been saying or what he has said in the past, and that is of saying that if it does not make financial sense to invest or to put money onto a certain projects, they won't do that, which speaks about them trying to be more efficient when it comes to spending, which speaks about maybe, who knows, the amount of money they are spending being reduced, which is very, very important as we are talking about profitability in Q4. I mean, if there's one thing that it's a lot of Nio's revenue or Nio's money is the research and development, right? And knowing that some of the research and development, Nio is not going to spend money onto them until they can prove their return on investments, is something that is very strategic. But one thing that you must know, Nio said they are not going to stop on spending onto R&Ds because that is what will make them win in the future, which is very, very important, something that we should always have at the back of our minds. So yes, in a nutshell, this is what the Nio CEO said, which is a very good thing. I think to investors, it reinforces the fact that Nio intends to become profitable very soon. This is what we have been saying, to say that of course full year profitability is coming 2026, but in Q4 this year Nio is going to turn profitable, which is something that is great, something that we look forward to. This is what Nio is currently gunning, and I think they will get this, or they will win in this battle, which we look forward to this. Otherwise, with all that, just thought I'd give you this quick updates. Tell me what you think. Blue sky is coming, long term will win. Those that are persevering will most definitely be rewarded with time. I'll see you in my next video, and God bless you all.